apparently he went to a party and that's where they met, and then he really liked what he was doing with Oingo Boingo.
They're like,
so
I'm
that's why it
vibing.
took
I'm
it off.
vibing with you.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today is October 12th. It is our 12th day in our 31 days of Halloween this year, and today's movie is Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow.
Heads will roll.
Heads will roll. Sleepy Hollow came out in 1999, and I was really excited to rewatch this because I only have like really one memory of this movie with one particular scene. So I was curious to see how the rest of the movie was, and how it held up to me. So it kind of felt fresh, and it was awesome. I really, really enjoyed this movie, as I do most movies that I put on these lists. And it's Tim Burton, man. Like, this is great. This is such a cool movie. And first and foremost, I mean, I want to point out that the production of this movie, everything felt so real, and I love it. Like,
it's Tim Burton.
Yeah,
he loves using dark silhouettes in his movies. He has forever. I mean, the original Batman with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton will just tell you that's how his sets are supposed to. Well, that's how Tim Burton likes his sets. That's his style.
That's what he does. Edward Scissorhands.
Beetlejuice. Like, we could go down the line of how Tim Burton likes his sets.
But this was really awesome upon rewatch. That was like the most noticeable thing to me, so that's why I wanted to mention that, because I was like, I'm immersed. I'm completely like in this, like 100%. There's no question. And another thing I want to point out is Johnny Depp is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he's just amazing. And I don't know why I feel like I forget about his performances until I'm watching a movie that he's in, because I'm always falling in love with whatever he's in. And I'm just like, this dude is just a primo actor.
He's awesome.
So, yeah, upon rewatch, what'd you think? What were your thoughts?
This movie's amazing. Like I said, Tim Burton just knows how to suck you into a story, and this movie was well paced, like from beginning to end. And the characters, and it's Tim Burton's, the normal actors he uses in most of his movies.
Yeah.
Like, he always uses Johnny Depp. He likes using Jeffrey Jones in a lot of his movies.
Yep.
Christopher Lee's in this movie.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
Christina Ricci's also in this movie, and she does a phenomenal job. Miranda Richardson's in this movie. And trying to think of any more that I know off the top of my head.
There's a few, but it's hard to put names to faces. Yeah, this movie it just does such solid. Another thing I want to really mention about this movie is the musical score is so freaking awesome. Danny Elfman does an amazing job in this movie, as he always does in everything.
Yeah, him and Burton have had a friendship for so long, ever since Danny was in Oingo Boingo. He was in that band, and apparently he went to a party and that's where they met, and then he really liked what he was doing with Oingo Boingo.
Like, I'm vibing with you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But Elfman's awesome, and yeah, the score delivers in this movie as well. Yeah, this movie has a really good story going into it. It starts off with we have the Van Garretts and the Von Tassels and the Van Garretts, I believe.
Yes.
Baltus Von Tassel is the other guy. Yeah. So there is a thing going on. There's a whole family tree, and these families are tied to it. And you get a little bit of that going into it with the first death of the Van Garretts, like the son and the father, within the first, I don't know, 2 minutes of the movie, 3 minutes of the movie. And then it goes into New York, and it's the turn of the century. It's like 1799. And you have Ichabod Crane, which is played by Johnny Depp. And he is, he's kind of like, he's like a new wave detective. Like,
yeah,
when
like
detectives
forensics.
like he's trying to forensics, and in terms of solving murders, he's kind of like, that's the new thing is we're trying to detect crimes instead of just, okay, this guy's guilty of this, we don't know that.
And I love his character too because he's also like a big sissy.
Yeah,
like,
for spiders and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. So he wants to do this stuff, and he goes to the council, and Christopher Lee's like the judge, or he's the council, and he goes, you always want to do this, but guess what? We're going to give you an opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
There's deaths happening in Sleepy Hollow. He's like, have you heard of it? He's like, no. He goes, well, you will go there and you will use your new methods and devices that he has made for doing forensics and stuff. And he goes, well, you will go there. And he goes, okay, I'll go there. So he goes there, and this is when things start happening, and the plot, unveils as he's detecting it and trying to figure out, well, it's this person's of flesh and blood. There's no ghosts behind it. He has a meeting with everybody in the room, and he find out later that there is a horseman involved in this.
Yeah,
And,
the whole mystery of the film is like whether or not it's actually real or not. And Ichabod doesn't believe it until
it actually happens to him, and then he's like, it's a horseman. He's like, everyone told you. Everyone told you.
Yeah,
It's
like
so
we've
funny.
been telling you.
I saw him. It's just like, and then he passes out in the bed. It's an awesome scene. Yeah, it's a phenomenal film, and how he goes through detecting it, and realizing that at the end he thinks it's Christina Ricci's character, but it's not.
Nope.
There's more involvement going on in this plot as it's unraveling.
Yeah, it's basically the Headless Horseman is like a pawn from hell who is trying to basically enact his revenge upon these families. So,
and whoever has his head controls him.
And whoever has his head controls him, which so happens to be at the end, the wife of it's
Baltus Van Tassel.
Yeah. And she was wronged. Her family was wronged by them, like back in the day. So she's taking revenge upon them. But then ultimately she gets, taken.
Yeah,
which
and there's
is a cool ass scene, by the way.
Yeah, there's really good scenes, and that's why the pacing and story works in this movie. Like you'll get backstory on the horseman and what he did and how he killed them. Or how
Also,
he died, I should say.
The fact that the
how
horseman
he killed people
is Christopher Walken is freaking awesome. I love that. So.
Yeah, and you get little hints to the story and how it unravels and how all these characters fit into this story, and you also get a really good backstory with flashbacks, and really presented really well when Burton does it, like on Ichabod Crane's character, and how he
and his mother
how his mom was like a witch, and his father was like a religious person, and witchcraft is banished and is forbidden, and it's just
hanged.
Yeah. Exactly, but in this case, she was put into an Iron Maiden, so it's just like, yeah. So all those flashbacks are really great and really well told with how Burton did it.
Yeah, so many great scenes. Just it's executed really well. It's Tim Burton just doing his thing, and it's so awesome. I highly recommend it if you've never seen it. If there's any Tim Burton fans who haven't seen this movie in his lineup yet, this is definitely worth a watch, especially right now during the Halloween season. But we also we got fun facts coming. Oh, but first, before fun facts, what do you think?
This is a 5 all the time. Yeah. It's a Tim Burton movie. Most of my movies that he's done are 5s.
Big fan.
Inception.
Big fan over here.
Yeah, Inception. There's a couple I would nitpick, but most of mine, that's just a personal opinion, are 5s.
Yeah, I love this movie. I think it's a 4.5 for me. I don't think it's quite a 5 yet. Just because, like, I think the only knocking point for me is I kind of wish it was scarier. Because it just seems like, but I know that the story's not necessarily a scary story. It's just spooky. But that's just what I wanted from it. Yeah, 4.5 for me. Everything else, I love this movie. So fun fact time for Sleepy Hollow from 1999. I wonder if they'll ever remake this movie, but
It'll be hard to top it.
it
if they
would be
do.
hard. Only few could. That's all I'm saying. Uh, Johnny Depp adopted Goldeneye, the horse that played Gunpowder, Ichabod Crane's horse in the film, when he heard it was going to be put down.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
yeah. I like that line. He goes, "Okay, Gunpowder, we're off." Remember, he slaps him in the butt.
Yeah. Johnny Depp did all of his own stunts for the final scene where he is dragged by the horse. He had bulletproof clothing underneath his wardrobe.
Oh, nice.
Johnny Depp initially found the idea of Christina Ricci being his love interest in the film to be rather odd, seeing as he's known her since she was 9 years old. They first met on the set of Mermaids in 1990, as Depp was dating Winona Ryder at the time.
Oh, that's cool.
Historically, Ichabod Crane was a very unattractive man. Johnny Depp offered to add prosthetics to his face to make himself look ugly, but director Tim Burton wanted to base the character on Crane's more unattractive personality traits rather than his appearance, his report, squeamishness, and eccentricity. So, which I think Johnny Depp pulled off. Like,
Yeah, he was perfect in this role.
the fake forests built on the stages became real forests by the time they wrapped. They became infested with bugs and birds, said Tim Burton. The sound of the birds in this movie are often that of real, uninvited creatures that had made their homes in the trees.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I hope so the whole Sleepy Hollow tree, the tree of the dead, must have been just a prop then.
Yeah. Tim Burton included scenes as an homage to Disney's animated version of Sleepy Hollow that came out in 1949, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. These include the scene in which Ichabod Crane crosses the covered bridge and hears the frogs underneath croaking, Ichabod and Headless Horseman. The following chase sequence where Ichabod is run down and unhorsed, apparently by the Headless Horseman with a flaming pumpkin, and the moment in the climactic chase scene in which Ichabod runs into a tree limb and thrown through the air, ends up landing on the horseman's horse backwards, just like the animated movie.
That's cool.
The horse that Ichabod Crane rides provided a lot of amusement for the cast and crew. Because it was extremely flatulent. Sorry. It was a farter. The crew of the movie built the small town of Sleepy Hollow, complete with rooms, floors, and stairs. The town was dismantled after filming was complete. The things you'll do to make a movie. It's awesome. I love movie making. Tim Burton and Johnny Depp is one of the best fainters. Tim Burton said Johnny Depp is one of the best fainters in the business. He also wakes up good for me. That's what he said. Let's see. Johnny Depp says that he has never seen most of his own movies. In this case, he avoids the film because he hates the way he acts in it. Which that is a fact about Johnny Depp. He doesn't like to watch any of it. He hardly watches any of his own movies that he makes.
That's crazy. It's kind of like
he'll just go make it and never watch it.
Steven Spielberg doesn't watch his movies that he directs.
He rarely watches them. Like, I think that he just started watching E.T. again just because his kids love it so much. So, and that, let's see. Director Tim Burton says the film was inspired by the Gothic horror films of Mario Bava and Hammer Film Productions. Burton brought Hammer veteran Michael Gough out of retirement for a small role and recruited Sir Christopher Lee, a veteran of both Hammer and Bava's films, for a cameo.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That's the fun facts for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to support us, you can go over to patreon.com/thecalvincam. Join us over there and become a patron. Or you can follow us on our socials, become a part of our community over there, and interact with us. We love interacting with everybody. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below because it really helps us out a lot. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.
See you then.